The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com.
Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Monroe County in Section 5. We begin with an honor roll of high school teams. Number 3 this week, Spencerport Girls Soccer finished undefeated and punctuated the season with a win over Victor, the defending Class AA champion, 1-0. Erin Kuykendall got the goal. Lorna Playton stopped 8 shots. And number 2, Greece Athena football finished 7-0. The team to beat in the Class A sectionals got 2 blocked punts against HFL and returned 3 interceptions for touchdowns, including a 102-yarder by senior Diamante Raby. And a number 1, Brighton football capped a 6-1 regular season and the seed just behind Athena with a win over tournament-bound Spencerport. Which brings us to our Sports Beat Team of the Week, the soccer team with the 6-year itch. It is tournament time. For Fairport girls soccer coach Tom Natale is 6 times the charm. There is reason to believe.
Come on. We're going this way, across the field.
We always try to measure our success on, what we put into it and how we played. Like last year in the finals, we lost to Victor, but we thought we played a great game in the finals. We just didn't get the result that we were looking for. So we try to measure our success from those measures. But yeah, it's in the back of everyone's mind, our parents, our players, definitely the coaching staff. But, we don't try to make it an absolute. You can have a great season and still not get that trophy, but it would be very sweet if we could sneak one in.
Natale came to Fairport following a long career coaching at RIT. This is his 6th year with the Raiders, a tenure marked by success and frustration. In the past 5 seasons, Fairport has reached sectional finals twice and the semis 2 times more, including 2012 when the Raiders completed an undefeated regular season.
We had a great team. It was the 2nd year here. The year before we had lost in the sectional finals. We had gone through the competition and we were 16-0-1 going into the semis, and we played a dominant game, hit the iron a couple times, the ball just didn't go in, and Churchville caught us and we went home.
More recently, Fairport was a finalist just last year, losing to Victor in what has become the hottest rivalry in the sport.
It's disappointing at the time, but as time goes on, it starts to become a much bigger motivator, and now it's like it pushes us to be our very best and to work hard in practice and to really work hard in games and to push each other to become better and fight for that goal.
Claire Myers leads the way as Fairport looks to overcome the 6-year itch. The Monroe County League scoring champion as a junior, Claire had 16 goals in 16 games for the Raiders, who finished 14-1-1 as the top seeds in Class AA. She had ample help. Shanae Sargent returned to score 7 goals with 7 assists. Returned since the junior hadn't played the past 2 years, instead concentrating her efforts on the track where she runs the 400 and the 400 hurdles. Well, what made you decide to come back and do this?
Mainly for the team. I really miss the girls and having a team environment. With track, there's relays, but it's mostly an individual sport, and I really just miss playing with these awesome girls.
Fairport is backstopped by a sophomore, which would ordinarily be a concern. But Claire Mulholland brings 3 years of varsity starting experience that began when she was an 8th grader.
It definitely wasn't easy coming in as an 8th grader because I didn't know anyone on the team. I had to learn all the new playing styles. I hadn't played with any of the girls before. But after that, it was just easy. I knew all the girls. I knew what Coach Natale expected from me. He's been my coach for the past 3 years for club and high school.
So the pieces are all in place for another deep run. Fairport is the top seed. They are tournament tested, young yet experienced. And the Raiders somewhat conveniently managed to lose at Victor last week. Conventional wisdom is that adversity isn't a bad thing when preparing for tournament play.
Oh, no, absolutely. It was good to see how we reacted by giving up that lead late. I mean, 9 minutes left, we had a 1-0 lead. We were playing pretty good, and then you could see the tide turning a little bit. So they felt the pressure. We didn't really rise to it, and Victor finished strong and took that game from us. So it's not necessarily, as you're pointing out, a bad thing, and we all learn from it as coaches, as players we learn from it, and hopefully we'll be able to apply those lessons when it really counts, when we're going home, if that happens again.
Both the girls and boys soccer teams picked up tournament top seeds with identical 14 1-1 seasons. When we return, Rob Cerrone, that undefeated Athena football team, is in the Dunkin' Donuts Coaches Corner. And later, the second sports stars of Section 5, golf, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Halloween excitement is back at Dunkin' Donuts with Halloween donuts and munchkins. Drizzled, decorated, and all dressed up for the season. Pick up a box and share the fun. America runs on Dunkin'. Welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko, and our guest on the Dunkin' Donuts Coaches Corner this week is Rob Cerrone, the head coach of the Greece Athena football team. Rob, first and foremost, you're part of the Godfather family of football here in Section 5. What was it like growing up the son of Dick Cerrone?
Yeah, you know what? I was on the sideline. I was the ball boy. And I watched him interact with kids, and I really knew right then and there that was something I wanted to be a part of. I remember that as like a 10-year-old saying, wow, this is really, really a neat experience. You know, I really like what's happening here. And so right away, I knew I wanted to be involved with football. And, you know.
Was that sort of you couldn't miss a preordained kind of thing because coaching is just that kind of profession?
Yeah, I think, you know, I love the game and I played it, and then you get to the point where the playing days stop, and then, you know, either you stop with a game and you watch it or you get involved, and I wanted to teach, and coaching is a great way to have an impact with kids too.
What do you learn most, you think, from your dad?
Just about how important it is, the impact you have on young men and helping them develop from boys into young men. I think I saw him model and be a role model and be a disciplinarian and just be like a second parent to a lot of kids in the inner city when my dad was doing it at Jefferson. So that had an impact on me. You know.
Okay, 21 years now, head coach at Greece Athena through some good and bad times. You're in the good times now, aren't you?
Yeah, we got a nice run. You know, we made a good run 2 years ago, made it to the finals, and I had 8 sophomores on the team. So those kids are seniors now. So we got some kids that got a little bit of a taste, and so we're trying to, you know, just get better and focus on us and see what happens.
How's the coaching game changed for you over the course of the time from when you started?
Yeah, it's really changed. It's like, you know, and we've changed. You know, when I first started, you know, I was in shotgun maybe 5 snaps a game. Now we're never under center, you know, so it's, and my demographic has changed a little bit. You know, we used to get big linemen and we'd have a strong running game, power running game. Now, you know, this year I've got a lot of scat backs, and you know, you got to change with the game. You got to change with your personnel, really, more importantly. So we try to get them the ball in space and let them be athletes and make plays.
How tough is that to do? I mean, in terms of keeping up, studying, learning the game.
With the internet now, it's not difficult at all. Everything is accessible on the internet, and we go to clinics, and it's actually a fun way to play. The kids like it. It's fast-paced. There's a lot of reading involved, so you almost can't be wrong if you teach it correctly. You know, you get over the ball and you have a couple plays called, and you teach your quarterback to understand the system and be able to choose the right one.
What's the neatest, newest thing you've learned?
I love the zone read now with the quarterback where, you know, we don't even block certain players, and he just reads one guy, and if he comes down inside a little bit, if you have a kid that can exploit that like I think we do, that's really been neat for me. How, you know, we'll have one play called, but he changes that play just based on one kid's reaction. So.
Well, look, good luck this year, and you got a great team. We're looking forward to seeing you play. Rob Cerrone, our guest on the Dunkin' Donuts Coaches Corner. Coming up, we salute our Wegmans Making the Grade nominee. Kim Brinson has that. And later, Pittsford Girls Golf produces the 2 best in the section. when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
This week, we honor Kyle Benham of Greece Athena High School. Kyle is a senior and leader in the hallways at Athena. He maintains an A average, which has earned him a spot in the National Honor Society. Besides carrying an impressive workload in the classroom, Kyle is also a three-sport athlete for the Trojans. He's a member of the varsity football team, where he contributes on both sides of the ball as a tight end and defensive end. He was All-County last year and well on his way to another award this season. Kyle also runs indoor track and plays baseball in the spring. When he's not on the field or buried in the books, he's busy improving his stage presence. Kyle held the lead role in Athena's seasonal play, which he participates in during the school year. Nominated by his coach for his leadership on and off the field, this week Kyle Benham is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Fidelis Care Section 5 calendar.
Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health coverage for children and adults of all ages at all stages of life. Quality health coverage. That's our mission. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org.
It's championship week in Section 5 soccer. On the boys' side, the 2A classes have semifinals on Tuesday, championship games on Friday. The large school class AA take their act to Rhino Stadium for semifinal games Thursday at 5 and 7:30. For the girls, semifinals of both AA and A will be played Wednesday and the finals Saturday. Football, sectional semifinals at Rhino Stadium. Class A is on Friday night, the AA semifinal at the stadium Saturday. Everyone trying to knock off Victor this year. Girls volleyball sectionals will start on Wednesday. Boys volleyball sectionals begin on Friday. The Monroe County Cross Country Championship meet is Saturday at Parma Park. A lot to see this week on our Fidelis Care Section 5 calendar. Which brings us to our weekly countdown of the Jim Dalberth Sporting Goods Top 5 high school football plays of the final week of the pre-sectional season.
Jim Dalberth Sporting Goods is proud to support student athletes who work hard on the field, in the classroom, and in their communities. Jim Dalberth Sporting Goods. Shoes, sports, service. Here are our top 5 high school football plays of the week, brought to you in cooperation with Varsity Media. At number 5, Olympia is at Brockport, going left to right. And in motion, that's Corey Gross. He takes the handoff and weaves through everybody for 66 yards and a touchdown for Brockport. Number 4, Arcadia at Irondequoit, moving left to right. Wide receiver Tyshawn Sizer out of the Wildcat, 28 yards, and that's good for a touchdown. Even the Bills don't run it that well. Number 3, Wilson, moving right to left at McQuaid, and a pinball pass winds up in the hands of Dan Bogdan, who goes 26 yards back the other way with a pick 6. And number 2, Monroe kicking off to Kearney. Deep, not deep enough, perhaps too deep. This is Demir Pross on a reversal and 98 yards. Count him, 98 yards for one of his 5 touchdowns in this game. He ran for 296. Our number 1 play, HFL at Greece Athena, Diamante Raby with the pick in the end zone. Keeps his feet, and then count him, 102 yards on the return. The Jim Dalberth Sports High School Football Play of the Week.
Coming up, how good would they be if golf were their focus? Second sports standouts. When the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Sign Impressions is more than just signs. It's a total graphics company. Embroidery, screen printing, team apparel, t-shirts, jackets, hats, and of course banners and signs. Visit signimpressions.com. Call us at 723-0420 to order your team or corporate apparel.
Welcome back, and thanks once again for joining us on the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Our Honor Roll of High School Athletes is brought to you by Injury Free Coalition for Kids. the Injury-Free Coalition for Kids of Rochester and the Smart Teen Driving Program, funded by the Allstate Foundation, encourages teens to pay attention, not get distracted, and to drive safely. Here's our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, Dan Rooney of McQuaid scored 2 goals against World of Inquiry boys soccer, enough to send the Griffins to their first and only defeat of the regular season. It was 4-3. The Knights were 14-2, and seeded 3rd in the AA draw. Number 2, Maddie Lowe, Webster Schrader girls soccer. Marvelous Maddie scored all 4 of the Warriors' goals in a 4-0 win over Hilton. And number 1, Frederick June of the Irondequoit football team. June passed just 12 times, but accounted for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns, all of over 50 yards. The Eagles needed all of it in a tournament bid-clinching 35-34 win over Greece Arcadia. And now Sticky Lips Barbecue presents our Athletes of the Week. Is your school looking to raise funds? Sticky Lips Barbecue has you covered. Check out our community barbecue fundraisers. Sticky Lips is an easy sell. Visit StickyLipsBBQ.com for more details. One plays basketball, the other hockey. They both golf, and they're both champions. They are Lena Kaufman and Morgan Bronstein. And they are the 2 best golfers in Section 5. Teammates at Pittsford who have been on each other's radar for the past 4 years. Do you remember the first time you guys met?
I think it was 8th grade when Morgan came to try out for the golf team. And I was running in team for a year, and we just met each other playing together for the first practice.
Nice. And since then, it's been pretty beneficial to both of you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We love playing together, and we really push each other to beat each other and do our best.
Do you enjoy this? Do you know the fact that the 2 of you can play like this?
Yeah, I enjoy it because we're good friends outside of golf too, so it's just fun to be able to play with each other every day and push each other.
Both the juniors at Pittsford Sutherland, outstanding students with grade point averages over 90, and have been great on the golf course for a while now. Kaufman is a 2-time sectional champion and former All-Greater Rochester Player of the Year, an honor she earned as a 9th grader back in 2014. Bronstein won the Tournament of Champions title twice in back-to-back years, this year at her home course at Monroe, and was second to Kaufman at this year's sectionals at Oak Hill.
Tournament of Champions was at my home course and sectionals was at her home course, so I don't know, we both played well at each other, so it's fun.
Sectional championship, big 18-hole event. She says it's home course. Was that really what you think made the difference?
Yeah, yes and no, because Oak Hill is a pretty tough course, and if you don't play it a decent amount of times, then you're going to not do as well as you wanted to.
The story should end there, but it doesn't. How are you guys alike?
Both just very competitive. We like to beat each other, but we also like to play with each other.
How do you think you're different?
She plays hockey, I play basketball.
That's right. As good as this pair of Panthers are on the course, golf isn't either's first sport. Morgan played JV hockey at Pittsford last year and is an accomplished youth hockey player with aspirations to play at college. So golf, as good as it is, takes a back seat.
It's hard going from one to the other, so I'm playing hockey out of Niagara Falls, so I couldn't go to much golf this year, but I just tried to go when I could.
Kaufman's been a varsity basketball player at Sutherland since middle school, the same year she won her first sectional golf crown.
Basketball definitely helps me with golf to get my power. Because I get strength from basketball, and I really love both of the sports.
The fall portion of the golf season is over for Lena and Morgan, but they'll reconnect for the state tournament in June, a situation that doesn't benefit either of these multi-sport stars.
It's a pretty disadvantage because I play basketball in the winter and I don't play golf at all. It's really hard to get to play golf in the winter because I'm so busy, and same with Morgan. She plays hockey, so I think it's a really disadvantage from all the other girls at states.
Pittsford will send 4 golfers to the Girls State Championships in June. Sydney Ball and Emily Wilborn help round out the talented squad. We'd like to thank our sponsors,
especially the 11 dealerships in the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks once again for watching. We'll see you next week with the Vision High School Sports Beat.